much food, especially if you're hosting Christmas dinner, Christmas lunch. Maybe you're doing something on Christmas Eve, you're having friends or guests over for a little bit of a get-together, or maybe you're doing something on Boxing Day to catch up with members of your family you didn't see on Christmas Day, or friends or so forth. The question is, even when you're hosting a party at home, whether it be a dinner party, birthday party, whatever, how much food? How much food do you need to cater for how many people are coming along to your party, to your event? What we want to give you today is a quick guide to help you plan for that so you can work it out, especially if you're hosting Christmas, and to get some idea of what you need to look for. So let's start with the starters. Now, if you're selling the starters, serving the starters as just a little entree or so forth, you generally will a budget for about 6 pieces per person per hour before the meal. So if you look for about 6 pieces per person per hour before the meal, if you're doing it as a starter. If you're using what could be called a starter or an appetizer, but you want to make that as the main meal, then double it to 12 pieces per person. So just as the appetizer entree, look at 6 pieces. If it's going to be the main meal, look at 12 pieces. Now, if you're serving something that can't be broken down into pieces, getting a little bit tongue-tied there, and you're going to serve something that's not in pieces, then you need to look at having 30 grams per person. So having 30 grams per person for your starters or your entrees. Now, let's look at this time of year, if you're serving salads and so forth. If you're going to have it as a starter, a salad as a starter, generally have 1 cup of salad per person so that you can budget and work that out. If you're going to have it as part of the main meal, have 2.5 cups of salad per person. So as an appetizer, entree, 1 cup. As a main meal, 2.5 cups, so 2.5 cups. So that's starters and salads. Just get rid of that. Now we're going to look at your main meal. And what you generally will aim for in terms of your protein. So your protein, you generally aim for 225 grams per person of your protein. And then if you're going to have things on the side, such as your potatoes or a side dish or whatever, you look to have 1 cup per person. So you look to have 1 cup per person. So your protein's 225 grams, and then whatever you're having available on the side, you look for 1 cup per person. But if you're doing the salad, that's 2.5 cups per person. So this is for your heavier items such as your starch or your grains or so forth. And if you're having a dinner roll, aim for 1.5 dinner rolls per person, and that will help you get through your main meal in terms of making sure you've got enough. The last thing, which is in some cases the most important, is the dessert. Now, dessert. Your cake, aim for 1 piece per person. There's always people who won't have cake or won't eat it for whatever reason, and there are others who like to have 2 pieces of cake. So Have a look at cake, 1 piece per person. Ice cream is generally about 2 to 3 cups per person. So have a look for that, 2 to 3 cups per person. And finally, if you're having something that's a bit creamy or a mousse or something, then you're generally aiming for, so for your pudding or your mousse or something, 3/4 of a cup per person. So there's your guide for dessert. And we've just run through the guide for your starters, your main meal, and your dessert. So if you're planning your Christmas dinner, your Christmas lunch, Boxing Day, New Year's Day coming up soon after that. So this will help you plan how much food. We do have this available as a PDF download. So look for it either on any of our social media channels or on such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and see if you can find the download there for this guide on how much food to serve for your parties. Hope you found that useful. Don't forget to check out all our social media channels whilst you're there. And on our website, subscribe to our newsletter to get the latest updates, news, and ideas that we're doing over the Christmas New Year period. But it's been very good to catch up with you again today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, bye for now.